It's that time of the year when Media General transforms into Ghana's cultural hub. And this year, we're taking it to another level. Our Ghana village is bigger and better. So much to experience, eat, drink, buy, do and learn every single day. And there's more. The Ghana Month Expedition offers 3 nights and 4 days of pure, unforgettable fun touring. The best part of the Eastern, Ashanti and Central regions from the 19th to the 22nd of March. And on the 28th March, all roads lead to the Legon City Mall for your favorite food event, the 3FM Gobe Festival. But that's not all. All throughout March, our screens and dials celebrate everything that makes us proud. Our shows, music, movies, festivals, history, traditions, and more. Welcome to a truly incomparable and totally immersive Ghana Month 2026. Ghana Month launches on all Media General platforms on Monday, 2nd March 2026 at 10 a.m. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in the Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Komfonochi Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast, then a Crown Resort vacation, quad biking, horse riding, water adventures. All this for 6,500 Ghana Cedi single, 5,500 Ghana Cedi shared rooms, and 10,500 Ghana Cedis couple. You're interested, right? Call now 0531 100927 or 0247 120 633. Ghana Month Expedition, 19th to 22nd March. Don't just watch Ghana, experience it. It's time to explore Ghana again. From 19th to 22nd March, join the Ghana Month Expedition. 3 regions, 4 days. Eastern, Ashanti, Central. We kick it off in the Eastern region. Chocolate experiences, fresh farm fruits, Safari Valley lunch with zebras and exotic animals, Bonsu Eco Park for canopy walks and ziplining, and then party at the Rock City Hotel. Ashanti takes over. Bonre Kente Museum, Kumasi Museum, Komfonochi Source Site, Lake Bosomtri for hiking adventures and sleepover at Rich Condos. Central brings the history at Singmanso, Cape Coast Castle, plus lunch by the coast. Then
the Greater Accra region, we do know that the Ayawaso is the very important constituency. Shortly to the constituency, and then we will engage with our eyes and ears on the ground. We'll be doing sub-analysis of the historical antecedents that have happened in the constituency. You can throw back to 1969 when Sheikh Isikwe of the Progress Party was the firstborn of that constituency. It was then the Ayawaso constituency. Subsequently, in 2012, we had 3 constituencies carved out of that singular Ayawaso constituency. In fact, 4 of them, if you will, Ayawaso Central, Ayawaso North, Ayawaso East and West. But we do know that the Ayawaso East constituency is predominantly an Islamic constituency. Largely, Muslims have inhabited that place. We'll tell you about the history of that constituency. We'll also talk about the fact that the Ayawaso East constituency is not just about Nima. There are parts of Mamobi in there. There are parts of the Kanda enclave also in there. All together, we will be telling you some fine details. But I'm not here alone. My name is John Hughes, and I'm here with Martin Esiedu. Martin, how you doing?
Yeah, very well, thank you, Johnny. And clearly, I mean, when it comes to elections, we are your election command center. Absolutely. So certainly you'd want to keep faith with us between now and 5 p.m. when polls close. We are about 4.5 hours into the opening of polls. Voting has been smooth so far, and that is what we are all expecting, that people can just go exercise their franchise and go home. They leave the electoral officials and the security to ensure that we have a peaceful democratic process. Another feather in the cap of Ghana, as we've always asked for.
Right.
And like you indicated, it has been event-free since voting opened. We've also had very little to no reports of whether late start of voting or any skirmishes, and that's what we are likely or we are hopeful will be the story or the narrative throughout up until 5 p.m. when polls close. So it's going to be our continuous coverage. Intermittently, we'll be breaking to bring you other developments from around the world and around the country. But for now, as your election command center, we have deployed our men and women to the various polling centers. Indicated about 113 polling.
Right, 114
and
actually.
14 polling centers for people to exercise, vote and go home. And we see how the process will end. And clearly, the exercise is just to elect a member of parliament for the Ayawaso East constituency. From all indications, and the latest poll by Global Info Analytics is likely to tilt towards
Jamal, the
Baba
NDC.
Jamal. The other Baba on the MPP side is likely to come second. That's what we've been told. But of the 5 candidates in the contest, we are likely to see the numbers vis-a-vis the margin of error that Global Info Analytics put up. Then we can properly tabulate and watch the numbers, how close or further apart they are from the initial indications.
Interesting thing, though, is that the Ghana Police Service are firm on the ground, the deployment of policemen and women. And I saw that as early as 5 a.m., you had a very even distribution of security men right there. I mean, you go into the Nima enclave now, you go to Mamobi, you go to parts of Kanda, and the police are firmly on the ground. It's a flashpoint, it's a hotbed of political activity, so there's no sleeping on the job, wide awake. And one of our women who is also very wide awake on the job is Evelyn Tingma. She is in the constituency as we speak, and she will join us in a bit. Evelyn, if you are loud and clear, good morning to you. Hello, Evelyn.
Good morning, Johnny.
Great. Where are you reporting from and what can you share?
Johnny, so I'm reporting from the Pentecost Emmanuel Temple here in Lima. And I must tell you that the voting process here has been smooth since morning that the exercise began. We've not had any issue here yet. Yes, of course, we've not had any issue here. So we have 2 centers here, I must say, and we have center 1 and center 2. And so for center 1, we are expecting 388 people to cast their ballot. But as we speak, 89 people have voted for center 1. And now when you go to center 2, we are expecting 417 people to cast their ballot. And as we speak, 104 have voted so far. And so that is exactly what is happening here. The voting has been smooth here. And earlier we had one of the candidates, that's the independent candidate, Umar Sanda Mohammed. He had come here to cast his ballot, and he expressed confidence of winning the election at the end of the day, Johnny.
We are learning that this the flow into the polling stations is not as heavy as one would have expected, given the campaigns and how they were fought prior to this election. What can you share?
Yes, so Johnny, turnout, I must say, is not really bad, but people are trickling in every now and then. I can say that the electoral officers here are not sitting idle. Neither are the people also coming in their numbers, but they come in as few or come and vote. But for some time I have not seen any officials sitting here idle. As we speak, we have about 10 people in the line waiting to cast their ballot. So the people are trickling in, but not that one would have expected as the announcement was done earlier. That enthusiasm is not there, but people are trickling in to cast their ballot. So it's not that the place is empty, but it is also not very busy. So that is what is happening here at the Pentecost Emmanuel Temple polling station.
Do we know if the political parties, I mean the NDC and the MPP, have their supporters? Usually they will say, oh, these are not members of the vigilante group, they are ushers or they are their own para-security people. Have you seen any of such around any of the polling stations you have visited?
No, John, since morning, 7 that we have been here, I've not seen anybody like that. We only have the various candidates, agents here present, and they are monitoring the process. And we also have a number of police officers here, and I can say there are about more than 10, I can see, more than 10, getting to 20. And so I have not seen any of such people here. And so the police are in control and things are moving on smoothly here. Johnny.
Thank you very much, Evelyn Tema. We're grateful. Evelyn is a woman on the ground. And for just for some education for those who did not know, when they say Nima, it's actually a Ga lingual, Ni Me Amang. That's the land of the chiefs, Ni Me Amang. And Mamobi is Mamumu Emlimbi. That's the people of the old town or the ancient town, the original settlers of the place. So it's not Nima, Mamobi. There's some bit of education for all of us and some information as well. But I know, Martin, that you are itching to talk to the Director of Elections of the NDC. And I'm sure you want to ask him why they haven't showed up in their numbers like they did prior to this election. Yeah. What do we have, Matt?
Well, yes, so Rashid Tanko Computer has joined us via Zoom for a quick conversation. Mr. Tanko Computer, thank you so much for your time. First of all, what have your general observations been since you arrived, at the constituency?
Very well. Let me say good afternoon to you and your cherished viewers across the globe. At the party, the NDC, we are satisfied with the security arrangements so far. It's been very peaceful. The people are coming out and voting in their numbers, although we have the numbers are a bit smaller as we're expecting a bigger one. But don't forget, we are in the month of Ramadan, and the Nima constituency that Ayawaso is predominantly a Muslim community. And so we have to give them that benefit of doubt. They need to rest in the morning after dawn meal and doing the Islamic rituals in the morning before. So that's why the numbers are they're picking up as of now. I can assure you all the national officers are in the field as we speak now. Everybody, they are taking up soon and then trying to whip up requests and get the voters out to come and cast their ballot for the NDC. The NDC is going to win this election with a huge margin, very huge margin. In fact,
huge
we
margin
have worked for it.
In terms of, so what numbers are you looking at in terms of?
I'm looking at the defeat that we are going to hand over to MPP. That is what I'm looking at. We are going to give them a heavy defeat in this election. They shouldn't have contested this by-election.
Okay.
I don't know why they decided to contest the by-election.
You mentioned that party executives are in the constituency assisting with, monitoring to ensure that the process goes as planned. But prior to today, very little to no activity was seen from party executives in terms of helping Baba Jamal campaign, etc. Did you also get that sense? And how do you respond to concerns about maybe the party didn't necessarily want to support Baba Jamal fully? What do you make of those kinds of assertions?
That is not the case. That is not the case. Far from the truth. You know, Nima constituency, as I indicated, this month is a Ramadan. We are in the month of Ramadan. And you know, in Ramadan, when our people are fasting, you don't go disturb them in the afternoon for campaigning and all that. We do our activities in the evening. So all our campaign activities were done in the evening.
Okay.
And so that's why you didn't see the rest matters all over the place. Because during Ramadan, in the daytime, you don't disturb our Muslim brothers and sisters with messages and all that. All our activities, even training our party agents, we did it in the night. It started 8. And sometimes it traveled up to 11. I mean, that was how we did. Look at our rally. Our last rally was done in the evening.
Okay.
On Sunday. And then you saw that all the national officers were there.
Okay.
And so nobody abandoned Baba Jamal. He's our candidate. He's our bona fide member of the party. In fact, government was hugely represented in the last day campaign.
Right.
You saw the chief of staff leading a high-powered government delegation into the constituency.
Right.
I mean, so we support him, and we are with him today.
And what are your thoughts also on the Electoral Commission? You know, we spoke to them yesterday. They said they were also quite ready to organize today's exercise. Since it started, we are getting about 5 hours since polls opened. How do you assess the performance of the EC so far?
Well, they are doing their work, and that is where you have to give credit to the NDC for always be on them to make sure that they do the right thing. That is what we expect from them. We don't want any machination whatsoever. They should do their independent work, and then the winner will emerge. But where we find faults is where we see that they are sidestepping CI 127. They are not implementing it to the letter. Then we will have challenge with them. But so far, we had 2 IPAC meetings before today's elections. And I can assure you, they are living through what we all discussed at the IPAC. So far, I'll give them credit for what they have done today. Okay. We are still there. We are still monitoring.
Okay, and in conclusion with this interview, we'll certainly be coming back to you as the day wears on. But talk to us about attendance. You say it is slow as of now. You are hopeful it will pick up. But, you know, it's a very cosmopolitan area, very busy. People may be at work. And if, you know, give or take the fact that you close from work around 5 p.m., are you still optimistic people might come out and vote before close of polls?
Yes, I'm very optimistic. I mean, what I'm seeing currently, I just left about 2 polling stations, and the numbers are picking up in those areas. I'm currently at Kanda, one of the polling stations. I'm just moving into the polling station, and I can assure you the numbers are picking up. I told you, because of the fasting, it will pick up in the afternoon session, around 2, 3, thereabout. You begin seeing the numbers coming up. I'm sure our Muslim brothers would have done their afternoon prayer, and from the prayer, the voting process is less cumbersome this time because of the nature of the place being very peaceful. You don't need more than 5 minutes to go and cast your ballot. And so we are encouraging them to come out and vote.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. Have a great day there as you continue your monitoring with the rest of the executives of the NDC. You heard clearly the fact that the NDC officials are also on the ground, like he indicated, to assist in the monitoring, the general monitoring of the elections. And Johnny, he sought to dispel, more or less, the fact that the leadership of the party were not fully behind or did not go to the grounds to campaign. He says that was not it. There were those who also thought that because it was it's a given that constituency would naturally vote for the NDC, they didn't want to or seem to want to campaign that
Martin,
much.
Those are the 2 schools of thought. So I mean, if you look at the NPP, for example, you found NPP big wigs in the constituency. Prior to this election itself, you had seen NDC bigwigs in the constituency. You had seen Akugan. You've seen the chairman of the party, Johnson Asedun Ketia. You had seen Yami Joseph Yami, national organizer. You've seen many others in the constituency. You had seen the member of parliament of the adjoining community, Yusuf Jaja, deputy minister. You had seen many other greats within the NDC. Malik Basintale went there with a full entourage of motorbikers. So then you get an indication that on such a very important day, like we saw in Asin North, we would have seen a replica of that in the Ayawaso East constituency, because this is a constituency that has been faithful to the NDC, at least after Sheikh Isi Kwe and one other in 1979, 1969. Right from that point up until this time, it's been all NDC. I mean, Honorable Ture, who's now deceased, has been MP for the area since 2012. Okay, and if death had not come knocking on his door, he would still have been member of parliament. There's the other school of thought that, well, Baba Jamal may not be a regime candidate, and so then the regime is literally leaving him to, you know, brace the tides on his own and go. The NDC has to pay attention to, because if you look at the NPP side, you had a towering figure like Boache Chako, who wants to be the chairman of the party. You had many other, Justin Kodua Frimpong. You had Evans Nimako there in the mix, and everybody there, right there in the heart of the constituency. So then it brings the question: is the NDC really looking at it from the perspective of the fact that we could lose this if we don't show up? Or are they looking at it and saying that, okay, it doesn't matter whether we are present or not, this constituency has always been ours, it is our seat, and they would gravitate towards us whether we show our faces or not? No, that's a conversation that the NDC as a party must begin to look at holistically. Now, what does this mean for the NPP if the NPP wins this seat? In terms of the national outlook, the NPP now is looking at national cohesion, they're looking at unity. The NPP now is looking at something that will bolster their strength, right, to go forward in terms of trying to present an outlook based on the failings of the 2024 elections. So all those conversations come to the center of the conversation, and I think that is a conversation that must be had. Mind you, top of the agenda in that constituency, health. They are looking for sanitation solutions. They are looking for education. They are looking for jobs. They are looking for fixing of their inner roads and many other things. I understand that the 24-hour economy market money, for example, has been, is ready. Allocated. But where do they site that market? Do they demolish the current ECOWAS market, which now they call it the ECOWAS market, which brings in stuff from Ivory Coast, from Burkina, from Nigeria, from Togo, and many other places to come and trade there? Or do they go and acquire property of people, break it down, and raise a market? These are conversations. If you go to Ayawaso West, for example, you look at their inner roads, and it looks way better than Ayawaso East. So the people in Ayawaso East are also beginning to ask questions about the fact that, okay, we have voted for the NDC. The NDC has been in power before, lost power. Even when you lost power, we still voted for you. Now you are back in power. What are we getting? The Nima Alhamdu Gata, Professor Mills reignited that project. It is still there. It has not been completed. I know people who have died in that gutter because I did a documentary in that area. So the people are beginning to ask the relevant questions. Drug abuse, for example, and its effects on education. I'm told there's a ghetto called Downtown or Downside, and people go there. There are many other places as well. These are the kinds of conversations that heralded the campaign. And so now, if on the D-Day itself, you can't find the faces who came to talk to you about the issues, it then raises questions. Do they really care? Do they not care? I mean, can the MPP do better for us, even in opposition?
Yeah, I mean, prior to today, we had consistently gone back to the constituency to talk to some of the constituents. And key on the agenda for some of them is that they hope that the candidates themselves know what the challenges are in the constituency. So they expect that they would address some of these challenges. And so clearly, it is not lost on the constituents that these candidates, in as much as they are seeking power, know that they are supposed to also help solve some pressing challenges that the constituency is facing.
We'll do some more statistics as we come, but let's now talk to Stanley Nibleu, who is also in the constituency. Stan, good afternoon, good morning, and thank you for your time. Hello, Stanley. Okay, so let's pay attention to the graphics that we have now. And these are graphics that we carefully put together for you based on research that we did with EN Analytics and also our research desk here at the Election Command Center Media Channel. And we're talking about the polling station summary reports. We know that we have 114 polling stations in the Ayawaso East constituency, a total of 49,966 registered voters who are eligible to cast their votes to decide on who becomes the member of parliament for the area following the demise of Honorable Turi. We also do know that there are 10 polling areas that will tilt or may tilt the scale in favor of candidates that they prefer. And we'll go through it quickly. Alhaji Idrisu's house, number 2, they have 719 registered voters opposite Club 10 in Kanda. And I'm a new town and Roman Ridge boy, so I know Club 10 in Kanda. 714 of those. Frankie's down, house number 77/10. That's 702. And that's not a Frankie's, the eatery that, Frankie's is supposed to be a hotel. Surak Mosque, 4412, and that's 678 registered voters. Godson International French or English School, Nima 1, that's 657. And then Sal Valley Preparatory School, 649 registered voters. Kanda GNTC, 647 registered voters. Old Alaska Cinema Hall in Nima, 640. And those who know this cinema, we used to watch a lot of Chinese movies there. Twe, they called it Operator. Frankie's Annex 2, Nima, 617 registered voters. 441 Primary Healthcare, Nima 2, that's 615 of those voters. These are the 5 gentlemen who are in it to win it. All of them believe that they have the opportunity. Baba Jamal Mohammed Ahmed, former ambassador to Nigeria, or High Commissioner to Nigeria, former Member of Parliament, Akwetia, former Deputy General Secretary of the NDC. Askolondo, that's his nickname, that's what they call him. He's the NDC's representative. Ibrahim Idrisu, Liberal Party of Ghana, Someha, Kofi Apalu's LPG. Baba Ali Yusuf of the NPP is very optimistic that he won't let Baba Jamal this time take the box for the NDC. Mohammed Umar Sanda is an independent candidate. Mind you, before he became an independent candidate, he had been in the primaries with Baba Jamal and then David Kano, independent candidate as well. Now we know that Baba Jamal, we just spoke about him, he is casting his ballot now. These are live visuals that we're bringing you from Baba Jamal's polling station. And once we're done with that, we get an opportunity to also interact in that constituency. Baba Jamal, who is the NDC's candidate in this by-election to get a replacement for the Honorable Turi, who is now deceased, so that the people of Ayawaso East can have a voice in Parliament and they can have a representation in Parliament, because we do know that today, for example, the heated debate on the message of the State of the Nation delivered by the President of the Republic last week will commence today, and the people of Ayawaso East deserve an opportunity to be in there. Baba Jamal is not new to this game in Parliament and also in politics. He's an old guard, and so once he gets into Parliament, as the Member of Parliament for Akwetia said in his campaign in the constituency, he won't be a backbencher. Of course, he will come to the fore because he has some experience to share. But we do know at this point that Baba Jamal is voting in one of the 114 polling stations in that constituency. Now, Musa Dankwa of Global Info Analytics did a poll. In the poll, they spoke to almost 1,000 people in that constituency in 11 different electoral areas in the Ayawaso East constituency. Baba Jamal of the NDC stood tall with 75.3% of the people thinking that Baba Jamal is the best fit for the job. Baba Ali Yusuf of the MPP came second with 21.4%. And these are just, random sampling that was done by Musa Dankwa. And then 2.7% believe that Umaru Sanda Mohammed, who's an independent candidate, formerly of the NDC, can get that figure. 0.4% for Ibrahim Idris, with 0.2% for David Kano. So that's how Musa Dankwa's Global Info Analytics conducted their research. And they did their research over a two-day period, 28th of February, 1st of March, in the constituency. They were there, 11 electoral areas, and this was what they found. So this is what, on paper, it looks like. Now, let's connect to the constituency and hear Baba Jamal as he speaks to the press.
Go back. Open. Hey, come back. Zuba. Let's bring it so that we can. Okay, are we okay? Okay. Please, you come back. Leave them. You come back. Come on. Leave them. So that we can address us now. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen of the media, finally, I have voted at my polling station. I am very grateful to all of you for your participation and coverage. You all know that this has not been an easy process for me, starting from the day of the primaries through to the voting today. But I give thanks to Almighty Allah for taking me through to this point. So far, I've been to several polling stations. The process has been very, very peaceful. We commend the police for taking good care of the process. I have visited more than 25 polling stations so far. It has been very peaceful. The turnout, understandably, is a bit slow because I know, this is largely a Muslim community. So I know it will pick up as the day goes by. But what I want to assure you is that we will do everything to ensure that all the process is calm, the process is fair. I've already advised all my supporters to stay calm and also be law-abiding. We want to see a peaceful process. We want to see a peaceful election. We pray that Almighty Allah in this month of Ramadan will ensure that we have a peaceful process. It is God that makes kings. My prayer is that if God is doing his king, God will remember me in his blessings and let me have the opportunity to lead the people of East Ayawaso and to prove a point for my people. Like I said earlier, I am not motivated by materialistic things. I am motivated by human service. And that is why I am here to serve my people. I've done it before in Akwetia, and I know I will do it better in East Ayawaso, inshallah. I want to thank all of you and also wish you all well as the day goes by. Please, let's report fairly. Let's report fairly. So far, as I said, everything has been fair, and I want to believe that you all support us in rebuilding our constituency and resetting the constituency.
Mr. Jamal, what percentage are you looking at?
As I said, God makes kings. So the percentage will be determined by Allah. We have prayed that we should have a high percentage, but it is in the hands of Allah, and Allah will determine.
Is the involvement of Standard not scaring you at all? He's from the NDC.
Standard is our brother, but he's taking the wrong route. And I hope that we've given him all the opportunity. Unfortunately, he decided to contest. But it is a contest. I'm a Democrat. I'm a typical politician and a typical Democrat. And so I welcome contest. So let him also try. We are all trying and see what Allah will do to us.
What do you tell the delegates that are yet to come? It's a weekday. This is Ramadan as well. People are fasting.
Of course.
5 o'clock is just around the corner.
Of course, we have not gone past the midday. We are still, the day is still young. We are praying that, as I told you,
And that's Mohammed Baba Jamal there has just finished casting his vote, and he's very enthusiastic that he will get the opportunity to lead the good people of the Ayawaso East constituency. Let's go back there. He has some closing thoughts to share.
I don't want to comment on that for now, because as you said, when he did the first poll, I challenged him and said that I don't believe in what he did. And of course, I was proven right. This time he has done a second one. He is a fine pollster. We don't want to discredit Ghanaian pollsters. But I think that he got the first one wrong. But I hope that the second one, he will be able to hold up to his credibility.
It seems you to win by 75%.
I will do the Hausa later.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Parliamentary.
Well, thank you so much.
Has been.
And there you have a swarm of media men around Baba Jamal. But as you know now, it's time for News Central. And Martin has got all the details, Martin.
very good afternoon to you. Thank you for staying with TV3. This is our continuous coverage of today.